Hello everyone, welcome to the Update Live. This is episode 2. I'm Noah.
And I'm Aarika.
So thank you so much for joining us.
Would you like to get us started?
I would love to get us started. So, unfortunate news, starting off, very grim news. Jane Girl passed away on October 1st at 91 years old. It was very unfortunate, but we did, luckily, get to have a talk with her here at our school at La Chatte last year. Still very sad that she passed away. She was a big inspiration for all of us thinking about the animal community and green space in general.
Yep, rest in peace, Jane Goodall. On other news, the U.S. government has shut down after Congress failed to pass a funding measure. Republicans and Democrats are both blaming each other. The last shutdown was in 2018. It lasted around 35 days. Right now, 750 jobs have been lost.
750,000.
Sorry, 750,000, my bad.
Jobs have been lost. So this is big, not just because the government shutdown, that's phenomenally big, but also the public sector of the economy is now a bit in ruin. So some major services are still continuing to run, such as post services. However, they are unpaid as of the moment because there's no money going into the government, so no public sector jobs that are still up and running are getting any money. So it's very sad for especially people who voted for Trump to try to get a stable paycheck and to try to get stable food on the table for their family or for themselves, and they now can't because of their job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one in Congress is currently taking this very seriously. They're not feeling any pressure. There has been no progress on a deal that could reopen the government. Trump is posting AI-generated memes about the government shutdown. He's depicting his budget director dressed as the Grim Reaper. And Republicans are taking a passive stance like the Democrats, but both feel like they currently have the political upper hand, even though no progress is being made.
And they are both being very petty at the moment. The White House, we can see, is if you give them a call, Sienna, if you can maybe put it in, there's a little play message that they put for you saying, "This is the White House, you've called. Sorry, we can't answer the phone because the Democrats have shut down the government." Very petty of them, but also the Democrats should have tried to maybe negotiate or have reasonable terms so that the government could still be running at this moment in time.
Yep. In other news, Trump thinks that the Gaza hostages will be released very soon as mediators are set to meet in Japan. Well, this was Monday, so right now they finished day 1 of the peace talks between Hamas and Israel. This started after Hamas agreed to some of the points of the 20-point peace plan, some of which were releasing hostages and handing over Gaza governance to Palestinian technocrats. According to Trump, the negotiations are going very well, but Israel's airstrikes on Gaza have not stopped, even though Trump told them to immediately stop the bombing after Friday, after Hamas responded to the plan. The airstrikes continued Saturday night into Sunday morning, destroying a number of buildings and killing 65 people leading up to midday.
Very unfortunate news, but on the other hand, it's very good news that we are getting very close to a peace deal. Hopefully this peace deal lasts longer than the previous one, so that both sides hopefully both sides can reconstruct and make a better system so that they both don't have a war again.
Yep.
Moving on to other news, a hot seat at the moment, the French Prime Minister, Sébastien Lecornu, resigned after 26 days after being appointed. He believes the conditions were not right for him to carry on as Prime Minister, and he has criticized the unwillingness of certain political parties to continue so. I mean, this is a hot seat, as I mentioned previously. Someone could tell me this, that I believe it's 5 presidents have gone into 5 prime ministers have gone through in the past year. Not sure if that's true. I'm pretty sure it's 5, might be 4. So it's a very hot seat, and as he says, and I'm pretty sure we can also see there's quite a bit of political unrest in the government, and no one really wants to agree with each other, which is a very hard place to be as you're a prime minister.
Yep. Multiple parties want Macron to leave, even though he clearly has stated multiple times that he will not until his term ends in 2027.
And CNN wrote a fantastic article about why they think that Macron should step down as president of France.
Yep. He has 3 options: appoint another prime minister, dissolve the National Assembly once again, or resign. But he's not going to resign. So.
And when we mention it's Macron.
Yes.
We think he won't resign because he has clearly stated before he doesn't want to step down till 2027. And so there's only really 2 points that he can do, which is dissolve the General Assembly, or even find another prime minister and put him in that extremely hot seat that we've seen the other prime ministers go through.
Hopefully this one lasts longer than the last.
Hopefully it lasts much longer than the last. On major news concerning the Epstein files, the Supreme Court has rejected an appeal from Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's ex-girlfriend, ignoring the argument that she should be shielded from prosecution under a plea agreement that Epstein struck with federal authorities. In 2022, she was sentenced to 20 years of prison for aiding Jeffrey Epstein in grooming and sexually abusing underage children. So, if you don't already know, the Epstein files are a big hot topic for everyone in the U.S. and worldwide right now, as Trump pushed for the Epstein files to be released during his campaign. However, now he hasn't really.
Because there's speculation that he might be on the Epstein files since he was friends with Epstein, and there is also photographic proof of them together.
And a big thing for everyone here is the fact that this isn't just like, for some reviewers who might not know, the Epstein files are a big deal because it's not just flight logs that people are looking at, because Jeffrey Epstein had his own island and you need a flight log to get to that island of people who are on the plane. But also, since he was in Trump's Mar-a-Lago country club or exclusive club, that he had major connections within like Trump's kind of ring. And so this is big for concerning Trump's presidency and how people view him, and if he'll continue to have a favorable view in the future if he's found to be in these files in proceedings with underage children.
Children are underage, but yeah.
Oh, sorry. Underage individuals, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so that's why these files why these files and why everyone's talking big about these files in general.
Yeah, they're a big thing. Okay. On other news, a man on trial opened fire in a courtroom in the Albanian capital Tirana on Monday, killing the judge, Astrid Kalaja, probably butchered that, but it's fine, and injuring 2 other people. He fled but was later arrested.
So, I'm not sure what this guy was doing or what he was thinking. My thoughts are, how did this guy get a gun?
Yeah, how did he successfully bring a gun into a
courtroom? Or how did he get one in prison? I know stuff does slip through, such as shanks, but I know those are also made with razors. So I'm not sure how he got a gun. And I mean, I'm not sure what he was being convicted of, but I definitely know his legal status at the moment is definitely not going up. It's probably going down for him to be found guilty, because he's shot in front of
he killed someone.
He killed someone in front of other people.
Yeah.
Not a good alibi, buddy. On other news, anti-government protests started on the 27th of October in Morocco as anger towards the government spending increased, as the Moroccan government has now taken on the 2030 bid for the FIFA Olympics. So
FIFA Olympics.
Oh, FIFA! Sorry. Oh my God! What am I saying?
The World Cup.
The World Cup.
Yeah, that's.
FIFA World Cup.
You need to say Olympics.
I'm sorry. I'm really tired.
Yeah. I wonder why. Yeah. So.
The FIFA World Cup. So and Morocco is trying to say that they will promise to fix their strained social services. However, Gen Z who's starting the protest do not agree, as 8 women.
So the protests have not only started because of the money that is being spent into the World Cup, which is disregarding people's needs. It also started due to poor hospital conditions after a woman died in a public hospital in the city of Agadir. Then also they want better education and healthcare, and this has all been organized by an online anonymous youth group called Gen Z 212. They've been using TikTok, Instagram, and Discord to gain support.
So we kind of like giggled at Discord a bit just there, because this kind of reminds me of the Gen Z protest that we had in Nepal a couple of weeks ago, where Gen Z was trying to fight out against the corruption, because on TikTok the many the elites were giving very luxurious gifts and holidays to their daughters and sons, and people were very unhappy with this. Furthermore, then so why we're talking about Discord and why we're talking about all this is because the new president of Nepal was elected through Discord, which is very funny. It's very Gen Z to do, to elect someone through Discord.
They literally said, guys, who now? And then they had a bunch of names, and then people voted. I thought that was quite funny.
She's the intern. It's a woman. She's the intern president, interim. Sorry.
I don't know the word.
Acting president of Nepal currently. So that's why we should kind of laughed a bit at that. So moving back now to
Morocco.
Back to Morocco.
The Moroccan Prime Minister, can't pronounce this, Aziz Akhanouche, don't know, please don't come at me, has praised the security force reaction to the protests about the corruption and public spending, and is stated that the government is ready for talks.
So hopefully they can now avoid a situation that happened in Nepal. I'm pretty sure we've all seen the very visual image of Nepal, the Nepali government building burning down. I think that's very a symbol of resistance in Nepal right now, but I think it's a very nice image. Sienna, if you could put it up.
And I think other governments are currently learning from this, specifically the Moroccan government, and they don't want a similar event to happen in Morocco. Yeah, so according to the Prime Minister, on Thursday, the death toll was 3. Other reports have come in, and 2 people have been killed in the southern region of Morocco, that was Wednesday night, so before the Thursday death toll thing, after security forces opened fire at protesters during demonstration, and then later on 2 people were killed by police who were acting in self-defense while the protesters were trying to seize police weapons. On further news, security forces started using firearms instead of tear gas as it failed to stop a group from storming a security facility. The group was armed with knives, and they set fire to a part of the facility and a vehicle.
So, I mean, it's very sad to see people have died in a protest. Usually, protests remain peaceful. Like we see in Geneva, usually, I believe every Friday there is a Free Palestine protest in Geneva. Mm-hmm. It's around every Friday, or there's frequently ones in Geneva, and I'm pretty sure they mostly remain peaceful.
They're usually peaceful, yeah.
They're usually very peaceful. So it's very unfortunate to see protests go violent. However, I can understand in these moments of stress and strain, when your system isn't working in your country and you want a good hospital to go to, and women have died in hospitals, I can understand why Gen Z would be so outraged and
passionate about what they're speaking about, what they're protesting against.
And they would have to take a further punch to really get the Moroccan government to try to listen or try to enter negotiations.
They want their message to come through, and their solution has been to be violent,
which
is not always the best solution, but in some cases it's what gets you heard. I'm not encouraging violence.
We are not encouraging.
But in this case, I'm not exactly condoning it.
Yeah.
But 263 members of the security forces have been injured, and so have 23 civilians. And we want to make sure that number doesn't get too high, but it probably will, seeing.
And we send our condolences to anyone.
Yeah.
Moving on, Typhoon Matamo, or Typhoon Paolo, in the Philippines, has made landfall in China, causing the government to evacuate 2 million people. The typhoon had reached a maximum wind speed of 151 kilometers per hour. It will continue westward and north toward northern Vietnam and China's Yunnan province.
Yeah, and right before it was in the Philippines, and it caused a lot of flooding there.
So it's very sad to see that I was thinking about Florida always getting some sort of hurricane, over there. I was just thinking about that.
Actually, the area I come from in India is very prone to hurricanes as well. There was one in 1999 and it killed a lot of people. My mom told me a story that there were if you looked out the window, you'd see people flying in the air because of how bad the hurricane was. Yeah.
Very disturbing that.
Just one note to end that topic. Anyways, the new Japanese Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi, is now the first female Prime Minister of Japan. She was the former Economic Security Minister, and she was elected by Japan's Liberal Democratic Party. They are currently the dominant political party of Japan, and apparently she is ultra conservative. She's one of the most conservative members of the mostly male-dominated party.
And Aarika, I'm just going to stop you there because I don't think that's very surprising. Because if you're thinking about women coming to power, because we haven't had one in the U.S. yet, because in my opinion, the U.S. wasn't ready to have a woman president. Yeah, a black woman president. The U.S. as a country in general wasn't ready for that. So that fact that she is in a male-dominated party in a male-dominated government, that she's ultra-conservative views, so that the men agree with her, makes it easier for her to get into power. And
the only reason the men probably elected her and pushed her to be prime minister is because her views line up with theirs.
Yeah. So the ultra-conservative views definitely do not surprise me, as now she's the first female president of Japan.
Prime minister. Yeah.
She vowed to work to stop rising prices, strengthen the U.S.-Japanese alliance. She will soon face a meeting with Trump where he could possibly ask her to increase Japanese spending in defense. So, and we all know Trump is notorious for wanting defense spending to go up.
Yeah.
Because this would also help his economy, as he would probably, if he was going to ask her to do that, he would probably ask her to buy from American contractors such as Northrop Group, I think that's how you say it, and Lockheed Martin and other U.S. defense contractors.
But would this be helpful to Japan?
Or will it be helpful for Japan to help their defense, but also be helpful to the U.S. So that's why he would.
But they clearly want to spend it on something else, like.
They want to spend.
They want to spend it benefiting their people, but.
But if Trump wants to ask her to spend on defense, I think that's.
That's her choice to make. It's like her big first test. We'll see.
We'll see how it goes.
See how she goes.
I hypothesize that Trump, if he does ask her to spend,
she will say yes.
That's what I was going to say. But if he asks her to increase spending on defense, I hypothesize that he will try to make Japan buy from U.S. military contractors.
I also think she'll say yes because that's what she wants.
She wants a strength in the U.S.-Japanese alliances.
Yeah.
On to our final topic of the day.
Georgia protesters tried to storm the presidential palace. Protests have been occurring since last November when a pro-Russia party was elected, and they suspended talks on joining the EU. As of what happened a few nights ago, 5 people have been arrested. 21 police officers and 6 protesters were taken to hospital because of injuries. But apparently, there was actually no goal to storm the presidential palace. It was a group of radicals who apparently just joined the protest and
just wanted to get a rise.
Yeah, they just wanted to do that. Thought, why not? Could be fun.
Want to be the main character for a second there.
Clearly.
The Georgian protesters remind me of what happened recently in Moldova, where the pro-European party was elected, beating over the pro-Russian party. And there was a big scandal there about Russia paying TikTok creators to post out Russian propaganda, or the pro-Russian party propaganda.
Thankfully, they did not succeed.
Thankfully, they did not succeed, and well, not thankfully, but we don't know how the country would be right now. But so now Moldova is going to try to join in talks with the EU to try to strengthen their economy and strengthen their alliances with further European countries.
Mm-hmm.
And so with that, we bring an end to this episode 2
of the Update Live.
However, we are going to ask you guys what you like in this sort of video podcast series. If you guys want to ask us questions, then we can talk about that for a bit. We can just do a little segment at the end where you guys can ask us questions and we can talk about it a bit. Mm-hmm. If you guys would like to see some guests on the podcast, guests maybe in your year or in our year, if they'd want to come on and talk on the podcast about anything, or if you guys think that maybe you want to see something more about
a different kind of format,
maybe more
reading and telling you what's been going on in the news. We could answer questions, ask someone else questions. We're always welcome to that.
Or if you guys think that maybe you would want something like what's it called?
Like a small segment, maybe at the beginning.
But in school, like what's happening in school. If there's any big news going on that maybe you don't.
Some announcement, some event.
If you don't want to read the newsletter and you just want to quickly watch it, maybe we could do that. Just tell us what you guys want, maybe in the comment section below, or maybe we can put out a form on the.
Comments are off.
Comments are off. Okay.
Comments are off. Comments are off. On the.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
comments
they're
on.
on.
Sorry.
They're on, my bad.
Or maybe we'll put out a form on the update website. So we'll see what we do. But try to get some engagement from you guys to see what you guys like and what we can do in the future to make this more engaging for everyone. And with that, we bring episode 3 to an end. Thank you.
Episode 2
sorry.
to an end.
Episode 2 to an end. Thank you very much. Bye.